Mars is a crazy place in oh so many ways. Let's try to make some sense of it on Spiritfolk Saturdays.
Welcome to the weekly feeling intent-based podcast, Spiritfolk Saturdays. Today we're here to talk about episode 81, part 15 of The Gods Are Gone arc. I'm your host, Elfie, Spirit of Distant Screaming. Joining us this week are Raven.
Spirit of Confusion.
It's just Raven. No one else is here. We're doing a two-person podcast, and I don't know how well this will go.
Especially because, let's be honest, Elfie, this is us.
Yeah, we don't get along very well.
If you hear the sounds of slaughtering, well, be very impressed because it means one of us managed to reach through a computer, and that's actually some steps forward in technology.
And then also that the survivor uploaded and edited the podcast in the first place.
Well, maybe it won't get up then, because clearly I'd win.
Sure.
So,
I would like to start off with all of my episode title suggestions.
oh man, this is going to be a list, isn't it?
I have, I think, 5 or 6.
Let's hear them.
The Sorcelock, the Witch in the Wardrobe, Blood is Thicker Than Water, Conflict and Revolution, Stepping It Up a Notch, and my 2 personal favorites, The Talk and Midlife Crisis.
I think 1 and 6 are my favorites.
The Sorcelock, the Witch in the Wardrobe, and Midlife Crisis?
Yeah.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time thinking about this and just taking notes as I watched and rewatched the episode.
This is jumping like to halfway in right from the start. It was really nice to see like Marcus responding to a high stress situation. Like it was a change. I gotta say, like, man was God, I just blanked on his name.
Matt.
That one. I thought it started with an M. Okay, but Matt was like seriously on point, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was God, they've all been really good. I wish I had their role-playing skills.
This episode was so good.
Oh God, it was. Also, we're finally gonna get that freaking showdown, and
Yes.
it will be proven once and for all that Ash is superior.
I think it might be close, because Inian is planning stuff. Like, she had a demon book for some reason that she gave to Marcus. We don't really know what she's been up to while she's been in Jankala.
Well, I mean, the demon book, she might have been keeping an eye to see when he would activate it so he'd be kept busy while she confronted Ash. Who knows?
Well, she's trying to... I was thinking about that, but she's taking advantage of the point that no one's going to notice them because they're in the middle of a war, so, like... It might have been there were various opportunities and she had to take the best one, and away from the group, Marcus is busy, Gregory is busy, and there's a war going on is definitely a very good time to.
I'll just be holding back shitty Doctor Strangelove references if you need me.
I have 2 points in this that just says Inian in all caps and extended ends.
Both ends or just the second N? It matters.
The second end. But the second Inian has more ends. Because it's actually, like, on-screen Inian rather than just a reference, which was, like, an amazing reference, because, like, pseudonym, okay, I will be Marcus Valafi.
Well, that reminds me of a thing. So, Jay basically said that something had been trying to contact him, which, how much overarching power did this thing have if it was able to plant a sign in a book that was probably never even originally meant for him? Did it somehow guide the book towards him? Like, even if it planted the mark, somehow Afterthought got it. Originally, I'm pretty sure the book was for Ash while the fife was for Marcus.
Yeah, that's the weird thing, there's something in each of the books, which all came from different sources?
Maybe they all have similar magical auras, but maybe they all would have been a different way of, like, summoning his mind somewhere to find out information. Maybe one of them would have been a spirit telling him about Meath.
Maybe.
I really fucking hope so. Complete with a slideshow of images about Meath, like the one we got for Gregor's backstory. Give it to me.
A magic-induced slideshow.
Yes. I mean, we've gotten slideshows via, like, flashbacks, so would it be that much different?
Something,
oh my God.
Something, magic high school, something.
You know what I want to see?
Hmm.
This isn't really related, but the flashbacks made me think that I so badly want to see actual Bal Ripper art. Like, what is his canon appearance? We don't know.
Yeah, it's so weird and difficult to figure out.
Also, Zeke has like 3 layers of makeup. He has, like, no, at times, think about it, because they've said that he has makeup covering his facial marks, but then sometimes he also puts on over top of that makeup that is his war paint, which he
Yeah.
will then take off, but would probably take off the makeup under it. So he'll just be applying 1 layer and then 2 layer and then washing off the 2 layers and applying 1 layer again. So when he was doing that thing with Marcus, it was even more complicated than we thought. Zeke needs to have more sessions with Dow.
He's very dedicated.
That's a word for it.
Let's see, what else do I have for notes? Oh, I loved in the credits for Ash. It said, thinking, no. Reflecting, nah. Murder, okay.
I mean, she tried. God damn it, Indian. She could have gotten like a whole level up. The guys are so far ahead of her.
I loved how I love that escalation of a pebble, like, it's like a pebble, a nickel, a fist, and then just a cinder block.
How did Ash get back up from that? Like, God, Ash, what are you made of? Like, we know you're mostly meat. How did you stand up after that?
Mostly meat.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say for sure. Like, for all we know, there's like a magic orb on the inside of her body. We don't know.
It also have confirmation that it's actually just called a golem hand, the hand of moss and stone thing. Like, she describes it as
Oh
that.
my god, when did you get that?
When she summons it, she says that she summons the golem hand, and then Indian immediately starts mocking her about it.
Maybe the guardian is actually a person who's tied into being able to control a giant stone golem.
Well,
But when they like mesh, when they try to control it like too intensely and also like summon parts of the golem from wherever it rests to them, maybe it can actually like make them get closer to golem mindset as their brain sort of starts to slip away, or their humanity. I don't know. I one of these days I'm gonna hit on the right theory, man. Maybe I already have. There's no way of knowing.
Well, it makes sense if the Medians, if the pirates or whatever, needed something to protect them, and they were like, well, geez, none of these spirits will listen to us, so they just made their own spirits, because, like, generally druids use divine magic, and golems are made of divine magic, and I guess they can be technically artificial spirit folk.
In this, golems are made of divine magic.
Yes.
There's so much shit going on. Oh my god, like I'll think of something and then it's just gone. There is so much. So, random prompt. One was hot.
I really liked his design. Yeah.
See, let's admit we're both saying the same thing here in different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was very aesthetically attractive, let's say.
Aesthetically pleasing, yes.
Yeah.
Aesthetically pleasing.
He looks super neat. And I tried drawing him, and then I wanted to punch Jackson in the face again. So, you know.
Jackson wasn't joking when he said that all of his really complex designs are the ones that only show up once or twice.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
Well, certainly not, like...
He's not a regular.
Well, like, look at Dow, man. How long did that freaking fur take to do? Oh god, but Dow is so great.
It might not be that they necessarily appear once, he just needs to draw them once. Like, they have a single post.
Oh, really quick, I'm not sure if you'll need to edit this or not, but quick throwback to STA. It is such a shame that it was put out before we found out about one, because he could have been the biology teacher. That would have been fucking perfect, and you know it.
Well, I mean, like, teachers don't last forever.
Jesus, is this fucking Hogwarts?
Long-term substitute.
Do not turn this into Hogwarts, okay? Biology is not defense against the dark arts.
To be fair, like at my high school, every year I was not high school, in middle school, every year we had an art teacher. There was one of the art teachers would get replaced for one reason or another.
So you did go to a weird Hogwarts without magic.
So one would be teaching at a wizard high school, yes.
Oh god, now I'm just imagining Snape. Imagine this with me. Snape pacing in front of the class, an easel behind him, a paintbrush in hand, wearing the exact same dark robes, though, that exact same droll. Here you will find ways to stimulate the mind with art, to express your soul, and just doing the whole spiel, but it's all about art.
Lord. It's not the Half-Blood Prince's book isn't a textbook, it's a sketchbook. Alright, what other notes do I the fucking Median mythology book is the first note I put into the Skype chat when it appeared. Because that's one of those things we keep bringing up over and over again. It appeared for all of 5 minutes, and it was just, like, not relevant anymore.
I really do I'm sorry, Matt, but I really appreciate that dig Jay got in. He's been holding on to it a while, and it's been bothering him. Or maybe he just totally forgot about it and kept getting distracted. Honestly, though, I could believe either one equally well.
Mm-hmm. Maybe both are true. Maybe both are true. We learned through the discussion on tieflings that unless Marcus's mother died when he was, like, really young, so he didn't actually, like, know her, she presumably wasn't a tiefling.
So, yeah, we have more backup for half Asmar.
Yep.
Which, you know what could be cool? Probably won't happen, but would be cool. So all of Marcus's demon like magic is completely awakened, right? But then he still keeps growing in power, and they're like, what the hell? He wonders what the hell, then he realizes that now that he's fully awakened everything tiefling related, he's starting to build on the Azamar stuff instead.
That could happen.
Or alternatively, just there's this is so confusing and frustrating though, because if it's not pulling like power from the infernal stuff so much as just bringing out latent talent, then he can't build off of his human talents too, because the tiefling stuff is tied into that. So that implies that he really does have a cap unless he starts fucking eating people. Or, oh god, or he can start eating devils that come after him. Don't eat the imps, Marcus! Do not eat the imps!
Well, he makes the imps? There's kind of...
No, he summons them. He summons them from the spawning pit.
Yes. But still, there's reference to him making imps, and I think that would be just, like, also plausible?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I think most of us have come to the conclusion that he's not going to take the second option. Just, Marcus is not going to be human because all of, like, a lot of his defining features were just immediately... Like, he is a tiefling sorcerlock. If he lost all the demon blood and tiefling blood, he would just be neither of those things anymore. He wouldn't have magic, he wouldn't have...
Yeah, I liked seeing him react to that, man. That was cool.
Yeah.
Like, we hear him talk how awesome he is all the time. Like, I am Marcus Fluffy, amazing and wonderful. But we never really get too much of a look at what he defines Marcus Fluffy as being beyond just cool.
Mm-hmm.
We've kind of seen, like, the root of who he is as a person and what he's based his entire, identity off of.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I was gonna say something, and I'm not sure how to lead into it or describe what I am thinking. Something Illidan? Like, I was reading up on Illidan last night, and he's a character in World of Warcraft, and basically he's the sorcerer, cool guy, who absorbs a fuck ton of demon magic, and becomes this kind of slightly crazy, demonic creature thing that betrays him.
Yeah, you sketched him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just sketched Marcus as him, because that would be super neat.
Oh, Marcus. But what if he does start absorbing the devils instead of absorbing tieflings?
Yeah.
On the other
badges
hand,
come
if
first.
yeah, well, like, but you can absorb. They said they absorbed other tieflings to get stronger, but they never said you couldn't just go straight for like tieflings are basically watered down demon stuff and some human stuff, right? But
Mhm.
if you could absorb human energy for power, then you would just do that. So instead of drinking down the watered down stuff that's also, his own race, maybe Marcus is just going to pull another drink the ancient Aos and go straight for the demon once they down it. Who knows?
I
Ultimate hopes they steal the red tape
yeah. Yeah.
with the help of the tax goat. The tax goat is the master of red tape, man.
You really have to question what one gains from all of this, because like I mean, if you did take the second option, you could just be like, oh yeah, well one gains more powerful because he's taking Marcus's magic, but like
Maybe he's just hoping that someday later in the future, he'll come across Marcus and he can absorb him, and it'll be more useful once Marcus is fully awakened.
yeah, or he's hoping that whoever he educates in this will eventually beat the process and like will be resolved enough to just be like, oh no, I'm not doing this, and then they will actually just not have to worry about it anymore. But
I mean, Marcus has gone to other planes before. Like, he just needs to somehow figure out a way to open a door right next to the red tape, grab it, and run like fuck. It would basically end up like every other adventure they have. They take the loot, and then they're running, screaming, and hoping they don't die. Business as usual.
that's another note, is that Marcus just has more people after him now.
Oh god, shit, he does.
This eternally accumulating pile of people who hate Marcus Falafi.
We had countries, we had organizations, but now we can add a race.
Yep.
It's a rare breed, but it's still an entire race.
2 races, technically, because tieflings eventually.
Oh, I was thinking of the tieflings first, actually. Oh god, that's
Devils from another plane and tieflings.
he has a plane after him. Marcus. Oh my god. I'm just covering my face, Marcus. Why? Like, well, if nothing else, Jay certainly made sure they'll never run out of plot.
He's the most wanted man in the world.
I don't flee the country often, but when I do, I use a silk sail. Sail faster, my friends.
That'd be really weird. I don't know why, but it just made me imagine the Galt, like Marcus does infomercials or something, and whenever he advertises a product, for some reason the golems buy it. Just like, cause they're after him, so they're like, well, clearly this will help somehow. So you go to a trade, it's just filled with like
Marcus bobbleheads, Kier bobbleheads.
weird kitchen accessories and
Oh shit! It would be mostly Kier stuff.
and snuggies. Every golem has a snuggie.
Yes. They don't even have gold for inside them. They just have the snuggies.
Yeah.
Of course, now I'm just picturing like one hairbrush is thrown in that's ignited. It starts this chain reaction of all the Kier appliances across the island. They just blow up a whole like section of a continent. Goodbye, Altrea. Like, Kier, how many hairbrushes did they buy? No, a lot. A lot.
How much is a lot?
I don't know. I don't have that many fingers.
Well, it makes sense because Thog would just work with all the cash and Q would make all the stuff. And Marcus would advertise it. Instant profit. In the very beginning, an imp, presumably the rebellion imp, is like preaching to a group of people.
It's a shame you're not a Homestuck, because I could make a reference here. All hail the signless imp. Oh, fuck. Now I really, really, really need to see a picture of that thing dressed like signless, while Marcus is dressed like the condescendence. What?
Condescends.
Yeah. I really need to see that now. Like, if nothing else, then for Marcus with hair, like, down to his heels and the giant trident in that outfit. Come on, you know that would be hilarious. He would
Yeah.
rock that outfit.
I think Marcus can rock almost any outfit.
It's true. Oh, that reminded me of another thing.
Hmm.
Random thing just came out of nowhere today. All of a sudden, I really want to see somebody draw Ash cosplaying Korra.
We did have that whole talk of Avatar AU last week.
Yeah, no, this was. Oh, wait, I remember. It was because of a video I saw.
Gregor was an archer, like there's been mentions of it, but Gregor actually yeah, he got a bow and an arrow and
I was just gonna say his standards are obviously insanely high. Like, he hadn't touched a bow in ages. He did a headshot right off, and he was still like, I'm kind of rusty, man. That wasn't so good.
it's like it's like picking up a bow and arrow and then you just get a bullseye but it's slightly off center and you're like, I should practice more. Like, sure, Gregor.
That might actually. Oh, you could take that depressingly because it's just more signs of, like, how effed up the standards of the Outriders were and how they were raised.
Yeah. Poor Elvetta, who's got is just exhausted and sitting in the corner, and then an arrow goes off and he just dives under a table.
I'm just imagining now it's gonna happen in the middle of a battle. Like, somebody's gonna yell archers at your ready, and he's just gonna start looking for a table. Like, there will be no table in sight. He'll just freeze up. Somebody will have to offer him a shield to hide under. I don't feel bad for him though, because he's a dick.
Poor little traumatized ninja.
Oh, poor little.
Yes!
That's like, oh my god. No. No. I can't even think of a clever comparison. Just no.
I took note of the line. I took a note of several lines. One of which is Marcus just, what's the worst that could happen? Like, Marcus, come on.
I think he says that because he almost wants it to get worse. He just wants to see how much worse it can get. Like, he actually asks that as an honest question.
Like, he knows it's going to get bad, so he says it kind of half-jokingly, and just half like, well, you know, things are going to go badly anyway.
Let's see how spectacularly bad we can make it.
And spectacularly bad it went. Also, what is it with people in the space between and coffee?
I guess all tieflings just have an appreciation of it.
Oh, and then there was the reference in that one email asking how everyone would like their coffee, and that's basically that's the exact answer Matt gave, is what Marcus did.
I am so happy about that. Like, I thought of that right off. I was like, oh, he'll actually drink it straight? I thought he had it with cream, and he's doing it!
It's so cute! I fucking love Marcus Malafi, oh my god.
You love all of them.
Yes, but I love Marcus! So much. So much.
You okay there, man?
Probably. Like, for a couple months, my Skype status has just been rotating between loving the ninja, the witch, and the Sorcelok. So, I mean... Currently it's at the witch, but that's because she's extremely relevant.
I think it kind of did show some growth on Ash's part, at least, that she tried to turn down a fight with someone who she hates before she was finally prodded into it.
I love this, like, there's that gradual, like, anger. She's just like, I'm not dealing with this, and then she just sounds like, you can hear it in her voice how angry she is.
She just slowly goes through all the shit she's been through, and on reflection, I could actually really use this.
And she's, like, snarling by the end of it.
Oh my god.
Also, the point I make about the thing I said about how Inian might actually stand up against her is also because as Inian is mocking the golem arm hand, whatever, she says, like, she has something in store that's bigger than that, or whatever, is better than that.
I think that was the giant elemental thing she summoned.
Yeah, that's pretty terrifying.
I mean, then again, fire versus stone, not much of a contest.
Well, it's fire, it can just reform.
Yeah, but that's why you reach through it and crush the witch. I play to win.
How many punches does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
Just one. Crunch.
Well, she's got fire dogs and a giant fire elemental, and is apparently somehow, and then there's just going to be a fight in the middle of the city, so that's going
Yeah,
to go well.
Think of it this way. Ash has a way of doing like self-damaging fights, which means she'll probably just run headfirst into the fire because she'll get bad burns but won't immediately die. Grab Inian with the hand and crush her, which does immediately kill.
Oh god.
And then as soon as she's gone, the fire creatures are supposed to dissipate, but instead probably will just run wild because Inian did something. So then they'll set everything on fire, and Ash will be left standing at the point where it all started going, I swear to God, it wasn't me.
Oh god.
I swear it wasn't me. Marcus just comes out, wow, it wasn't me for once.
There's something related to this. So we know Inian met one. Like, why? What happened then?
$20 says she hit on him.
I'm extremely interested to know what they talked about or what their conversation was like, because, like, not in, like, a mean way, but they talk very similarly. Like, they are very aware of what they are saying. Like, not as a Jay has the same voice kind of thing, you know, they have similar mindsets, I feel. So I'm very interested, because I feel like their conversation would have either been just, like, straight to the point, or just try to, like, maneuver their way into figuring out what's up with each of them.
It would have been like smarmy smiles, and every single sentence is just like probing, checking it out.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually she couldn't breathe and had to leave.
Because she can't stay there for long, yeah. So I imagine that's probably why they got straight to the point.
Oh, I did have one actual important thought. So he mentioned that one mentioned the druids.
Mm-hmm.
And we specifically know that Ash's people are druids. So they might be closer to the source of god slaying. Like the old ways. It's evolved over the past like however many years. In multiple countries it's evolved in different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they have their own, you know, older ways or more brutal ways or something, maybe even more advanced instead, that they've just kept to themselves, and Ash is that. So she is tied to a god, but she's also like made to be a god fighting machine. Maybe
Possibly.
she left because she disagreed with that.
Possibly, yeah.
Marcus gets so upset. Wait, what do you mean you're a god slayer too? Well, I mean, technically going by the definition of the words, no, I'm the god slayer, you're the neck stabber.
In the literal meaning, all of them are god slayers because they all killed the Phobias together, so I mean...
True.
They've all killed a god. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's more so that was just a thing that made those humans exceptional and at least, like, helped. Like, the arcane magic was specifically to fight gods.
But now we just use it for all kinds of dumb bullshit, sea grease.
Like, yeah, like, you know, several thousand years ago, all these mages, and then it's fight gods, and then there's Marcus Falafi who can, like, summon flowers with when he's not wearing a sleeve, just like, bam, flowers in his hand. Like,
doves fly from his cape.
It's like the whole discussion we had about his progenitor demon coming to see him, and it's just like, you are such a disappointment. Where did I go wrong?
Imagine if, like, a devil came along, though, like, presuming they can see things differently than humans, or see more. Imagine one of them coming, like, for Marcus, seeing the group, and flat out asking him why he was hanging around a god. Because as far as it sees Ash, it's seeing her as a god because there's one trapped inside or bound to her or something.
Possibly.
And the other two just, like, don't know what the hell to make of that, and Ash immediately starts panicking and tries to kill it before it can say anything more. or flat out goes for the, it's a devil, obviously it's lying, it would always lie, now let's stab it.
It'd be an interesting thing to fight with demons because arcane and divine magic are kind of opposites, so like Ash would probably have the upper hand in that kind of fight. At least
I mean,
somewhat.
would are demons still divine though?
Demons are arcane because they gave humans arcane magic, presumably? How did all the non-tieflings get arcane magic?
I mean, I imagine they learned. Like, wizards learn the rules of the universe, and if they have the right gift inside them, a certain spark of something, magecraft, they can see those rules sort of, they can bend them. They can change the rules in specific ways, rewrite sections of reality's coding, if you want to say it that way, and make it go the way they want.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking about this because from this, we know that there was an era in which humans were at war with the gods. But we also know that there was a time in this world's history where everyone had magic. So how are those two events correlated?
Wait, when was the time when everyone had magic?
They talked about it in the most recent live streams, the gold age of magic and the silver age, the bronze age of magic, and we're in the tin age of magic.
Maybe people had. God, there's so much we need to know. We need a fucking history book. I swear to God, I'll study that thing. So I had a shitty AU idea. Or not AU, just story.
Okay.
Just thinking that if, like, god slaying was an important thing before, if we were going with, like, part of souls are like, if you went with spirits and souls are separate, and, like, part is recycled, part goes off to its own thing, then I was just thinking about if, like, somehow the group kept getting tossed together, like at least one life, Marcus killed Ash, Gregor was some sort of hunter, at least one life, uh, Ash killed both of them, and normally it ended up the two of them versus Ash though, so this life is like weird because for once it's them versus Gregor. Thog is the first time though. Like, they imagine they meet this spirit and it tells them of all their previous lives, and they look at Thog. Oh no, he's just here. Thog just kind of shrugs. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Makes you wonder what Thog is getting up to now that everyone else is getting thrown into something else, and he's
Maybe
just...
a meeting with Morin?
Possibly. Again, I question what exactly Morn would have a patent on, but you know.
A better gun?
How do you have a patent on something when your whole thing is artifacts? Like, you can't...
Maybe it's not a patent for a physical thing, but a magical process to test artifacts or to make them work for you.
Maybe. Well, there's a video that comes out tomorrow, the day after we're recording this, so we don't know what it is yet, but we're just recording on Wednesday anyway, so you know.
Oh my god, wait. We're getting another week where we get 2 videos in 1 week?
2 videos, not 2 episodes. Because at the end of the episode it said bonus video on Thursday, and I was like, God damn it, guys, we're recording tomorrow anyway.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. I'm guessing it's Kier Song, but it might be just whatever monthly video thing, which might be like Magic with Marcus or something, which would be also awesome.
The thing we will never see. History with Ash.
I don't think Ash knows a lot about history. Like, Marcus might. I don't know who else would.
Inian?
I guess.
Colvin. I want to see Magic with Colvin, because we also know ahead of time that he fucks everything up. He'll get all the relevant information, but take it the wrong way.
I want anything with Colvin because it's like a great... It starts out accurate and then just slowly, like, regresses.
I rewatched the intro recently and I'd forgotten how wonderful, like, it is. Marcus, oh yeah, I read some of your things. Really? Yeah, you're an idiot!
It's so great! It's so great.
Like, Marcus, he could fucking break you.
He does! He breaks his nose and his arm. He almost punches his nose off.
Colvin is so great.
Colvin's amazing.
See, that the more we find out about just how strong he is, like how he had an easy time with Gregor and Zalvetta at the same time. Like it was super freaking easy for him, basically.
Mm-hmm.
The more I start to think that tiny crack theory I had about him having been the one that day that Zeke's master was killed, the one who was moving so fast and who was so strong, but he has memory damage tied into that missing eye, the more that seems like a possible thing.
I'm definitely questioning why he wears the weird, extremely strange looking eye patch, at least.
That might just be a stylistic thing. I mean, it's Colvin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you can't love Colvin.
Oh, Colvin's great.
Yeah. Cat demands that we talk about Ash.
I saw. What specifically about Ash, though? We already talked about the Indian fight. And that the stupid Indian fight meant she didn't get her freaking chance to actually talk or to think about herself. She was denied the chance for XP. This is bullshit.
Well, it's more that when she is too focused on thinking, like when she's not participating in things, she doesn't get XP, so she'd probably get XP from this as opposed to just her thinking, which she probably wouldn't.
No, remember, Jay said a while back that they each had a different method for leveling?
Yeah, and he said that when Ash has a tendency to just kind of get lost in her own head, he doesn't award her experience.
I think that the inflection, though, would be like something that he went for. I can't remember the exact wording, but like when she had a revelation or something, or when she like emotionally moved forward, she was supposed to get XP, I think. Or maybe not. Maybe this is how she will get experience.
Yeah.
Oh, please, Ash. Ash, you're so far behind. You were almost a level behind the guys. You cannot get upstage. By the way, is Marcus just going to like go up 3 levels from this?
Possibly. Levels are kind of skewed right now. Also, because I'm recording now, we have a Kappa. Hello, Kappa.
Hello.
Late introduction that can be edited properly. We have the Kappa, the spirit of
lateness.
Yeah.
Spirit of tardiness.
We're being unprofessional this week. Hooray! We are never professional, though. That's kind of a standard.
You're not even going to clean this up, are you?
I will cut things, but I'm not going to do. I'm a very terrible editor. You should know that by now.
Speaking of, why don't you just like leave a small beep between cuts so that it's clear when it's jumping?
It's really hard to. If there's not like a pause in between, I have to go and I have to add one, and I'm lazy.
Oh my god, it would make it so much better, and it would make it sound closer to professional.
Yeah.
Those beeps are important, Elfie. Add the beeps.
Yeah, no. See, the worst thing is that I just edit it and I don't listen through it again because that would make it take twice as long, so I don't even... Yeah.
Elfie, you're hurting my heart.
It would help if we managed to stay on topic and not have this sort of discussion quite as often.
Kappa, back me up here.
I mean, I definitely understand the pain of editing because I used to edit my own videos and I hated it so much.
Yeah.
But I do know, but then like I look at like YouTubers and like it's so perfectly edited and I'm like, why can't I do that? It's like, because I'm not trying to do that. I'm just being a lazy person. So I understand both sides.
If you want it all professional, Raven, you edit it.
I've offered before. Remember your response?
What was my response?
Okay, I really need a gif of that scene from Firefly. You
Which
said
one?
no. You wanted to be the editor. The one that's... You think you can be a better captain than me, Shane? Yeah, I do. Or do you want to be captain of this vessel? Yeah. Well, you can't.
Yeah. Maybe someday when I'm considerably less stressed about both sides of this, because... Yeah. I don't know, do you have the time to edit it even? to sit down for like 2+ hours and edit a podcast?
Eh.
Yeah.
I know, I could make the time, I just don't wanna.
Yeah. Anyway, back onto relevant topics.
Rot feathers.
Flutter butter.
I will cut you.
I will stab you!
Try it, punk!
What am I
there
coming
we go.
to? Jesus.
I was waiting for the threats to happen. See, we went so long without them, it felt unnatural.
And then Kappa came in and ruined it. Thanks, Kappa.
Jeez, Kappa, way to make things violent.
Yeah, absolutely.
We already kind of went over episode stuff, but if there's anything if there's anything you really just want to talk about, because we kind of feel like we haven't talked enough, or I feel like I haven't talked enough about it, but I don't have any more notes.
Thing is, I stopped taking notes halfway through when I realized I couldn't come initially. So I have like half of it. And
What
it's all
is-
like live vlogging stuff.
Okay,
But
let's hear that. It can't hurt.
I love the continuity of the books. Like, I just absolutely love that. Of like, just all the books being there. And then like, I went back to see how Marcus got the Neath book. And how
He got it
Dog
as a-
gave it to him of all people.
A reward for the thing, but I think originally it was intended for Ash because Marcus got the fife. Marcus took his thing and he took hers.
And then Gregor got a stick.
So the book called to him, so he was justified.
And I think that might have been a retcon. I'm not sure. Maybe Jay was just that much of a scheming guy. Maybe Ash wouldn't have recognized that sigil and Marcus would. Who knows?
Mhm.
I'm gonna guess it was kind of a retcon though. But even if it was, what creature could possibly plan so far ahead and foresee that Marcus would come into possession of that book? How?
Well, the sigil wasn't in the Median book, it was in the book Inian gave him.
Yeah, but
he said
we don't know. Yeah, but like he held all three out in front of them. They all called to him in some sort of way.
Yeah.
So we don't know what would have happened had he opened every book.
They all
probably know
called
there
to
could
him,
have been a
but
sigil in each one.
he also got the same off-putting feeling from all of them.
Mm.
Like drawn in and repulsed at the same time. Well, not quite repulsed, but you get what I mean.
Mm.
So, what was going on there?
Magic.
Oh, geez, that clarifies. Smartass.
A wizard did it?
What I want to know is how Marcus didn't initially notice the mark when he started reading the book. Because it said that he read the book, and then he opened the book and saw the sigil. So it's like, is it one of those...
Magic? Or he didn't read the entire thing?
Maybe he
Yeah, but still, was it not on the front cover?
No, it was on the inside of the cover.
The inside of the front cover? Or was it
Yeah.
the inside of the back cover?
I think it was the inside of the front cover, but like lots of people just skip over the front cover. Like they go straight to page 1.
Magic.
Oh my god, if you say that as an excuse for plot holes or for potential plot holes and to sidetrack analysis one more time, I swear to God, Elfie.
Is that episode title number 7? Magic.
Possibly, yeah.
No, oh, come on, you've got 2 really great titles at least.
I'm
got, like, a
probably
bunch-
going to call this episode Midlife Crisis, because that's a really good one. And
Shit,
so
it even does count. He's old enough that it's actually a midlife crisis.
Yeah, he's like 30, between 35 and 37. I keep saying 35 because that's what he said the first time.
No, he said he's like 34 to 35, I think. Or
35 to 37.
I forget.
Are we sure he got that right? I mean, I guess this was one of the first episodes where we really got to see him. Besides when Gregor took the flower, this was one of the first episodes where we got to see him acting older.
Yeah.
We got a reference to the ongoing joke, "What the hell is a high school?"
Yeah.
And more nickels.
to Nichols.
What?
So that's canon. It is canon that Nichols drive off bears.
What is it with people and being afraid of bears?
Oh my god. Black bears can run as fast as a car. Why aren't you afraid?
Because they're not relevant in my suburban home. That reminds me of there's a sketch comedy group I watch, and for a very long time it was a recurring joke that one of them had a fear of bears. Like they did sketches about it. And that Tumblr post where it's like, it's like the psychology teacher who starts off the introduction with just I'm afraid of bears. Why am I afraid of bears? Because we're 30 miles away from the zoo and bears can run at 30 miles per hour and they can smell fear because I am afraid of them. Whatever it is.
I want to know more about this. Not
Same.
now, but I want to know more. Oh, weirdest thought. If like every person in the group had like a flower that was assigned to them, like the equivalent of the gemstones thing, but it was a flower, what would they each have?
Ash would be a dandelion.
Oh shit, she would. Krieger wouldn't be a flower, he'd just be grass. Grazed by the wonderful humble cow.
Marcus would be a rose? I want to say a rose.
I want to
He'd
say
be a yellow
sunflower.
rose.
No, I'm thinking of sunflower because he follows the sun.
But he has thorns.
Yeah, but
And thorns are one letter away from horns.
Oh my god. See, I was just gonna go with he's the over the top dramatic type who would use one, but no, just go to the corner.
So why didn't, I did make the note, is that the tieflings have been in Tannhauser for who knows how long, but why hasn't all this demon devil stuff happened before?
Maybe
in
it
Tannhauser?
has.
Well, then why didn't they know about it?
Probably because the demons were smart enough to make sure that when they came for someone, they came when it would seem like something else killed them.
Possibly.
Or
I
they
meant to rewatch that scene, dang it.
What?
I meant to rewatch the part about Marcus talking about Tannhauser in the campfire episode, and I forgot. Somebody needs to make a damn transcript of that episode. Not it.
not it.
Not it. Dude, I already got enough shit related to freaking thrilling intent and stuff not related to it. I'm a million miles of not it.
That reminds me is I had conscious sedation, and conscious sedation makes me trip out. Like I have a very existential crisis-y kind of thing. Where you feel like you're falling through the seams of the universe. It's very uncomfortable.
That's not an existential crisis, that's a bad trip. There's a difference.
I think when you wake up it's the same kind of feeling.
No, there's a big difference.
No, when you wake up there is the same kind of feeling.
Oh my god, Elfie, a bad trip is different from an existential crisis.
Well, I mean, the bad trip gave me the existential crisis. How about that?
Oh, that makes sense then.
But at one point, I kept trying to think of things that would bring to mind my existence, and I kept hearing the words "thrilling intent," but I couldn't remember what they meant.
Jesus Christ, how high were you?
I was unconscious.
So that's pretty high.
So I kept hearing these words, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense as a sentence. And I remember I kept picturing white hair and green, and I was like, I don't know what's going on here. And then I woke up and I'm like, man,
Ha! Ash's favorite.
I'm never getting this fucking done again.
Wow.
Man, I never had stuff like that for anything I had, but to be fair, the strongest stuff I've ever been given was morphine.
Yeah, morphine is terrible. Also, I brought Don't with me, and so when I was afterwards, I had a really bad headache, because concentration is bad stuff to me. So I went into, they have a little side room, and I just grabbed Don't and used her as a pillow and slept for about an hour.
See, I thought you were gonna go somewhere along the lines of you thought that Don't was something some sort of like important symbol or some shit.
No, unfortunately not. She was just
Like-
my pig-bad companion while I was getting holes poked and work done. It was terrible.
Did you talk about how before in the previous space between we've seen with Wizard High School how we couldn't see the person, but we could see the surroundings perfectly? But in this episode, we saw the person completely, but the surroundings were like very small.
We did not talk about that. Way to catch it, Kappa.
Yeah.
It might be that one is more powerful than Grant.
But
Or that it was accidental in a way because like Wizard High School,
Mm-hmm.
it sounded like Marcus just kind of strolled in. He just got there because he was unconscious, and that's where his mind went. Not
Yeah,
I mean, he was
necessarily
like,
that.
I think he was technically dead.
Yeah, he was like half dead.
I mean, he was half liquefied. That's definitely fully dead.
Well, that's what they say, is that he died so hard and stopped there on his way to get his soul devoured by the archdemon or whatever.
Let's again bring back the point. Ash brought someone back to life.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah.
fucking scared. Don't mess with the white mage.
There's the point that the line Marcus says that everyone laughs at is that, and now my death is difficult, death is supposed to be easy.
Aw,
Or Marcus.
Yeah.
poor Marcus. We revel in his pain.
That's basically what Neffy said earlier.
But with the room, with the two things, my initial thoughts was that Grant focused on the room more, or like Marcus focused on the room more. Like whoever created quote unquote the space focused on the room and the atmosphere, making it comfy, than on the person he was talking with.
Hmm.
It's like in a dream, like you focus more on the immediate than like your entire surroundings. At least for me, like I can only, from what I remember from my dreams, I can only see like immediate like tunnel vision.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I see like the giant 360 panorama behind me.
Mm-hmm. I hope I see more of Grant. He was cool and nice for once.
Maybe yeah, but what if he like comes across Marcus and tries to eat him?
Yeah, but he almost did that and was like, "Wait a minute, you're a pretty cool guy." And they had like a chill discussion. So I assume they would at least start out civil.
Or they start fighting, and then Grant realizes, oh wait, you're Marcus, you're the cool guy, and then
Yeah, because they don't know what each other looks like.
Yeah.
Well, Jay did mention them possibly going back to Alaron at some point, and Grant's in Alaron. So I mean, who knows? Oh, that's another note. The only reason I can remember what Grant's name is at any given time is because of Grant Ward from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh, don't even.
So I have to I think of Ward and I go, okay, what's his first name? Grant! Okay, his name is Grant, right. Cornelius, Grant,
Except
yes.
this one's less of a dick.
Yeah.
One is hot.
Puppies.
You mentioned that? How hot one is?
We did
Yes.
talk about how
In those words, that is how Flutterbutter described him, and I said he's aesthetically pleasing, and then we were just kind of like, yep, mutual agreements.
Yep. I wonder if long hair is a tiefling thing, because both of them had like long hair. I don't know.
A lot of characters in this world have long hair.
I mean, I'm just saying, he's the only other tiefling we've seen in full. I don't know.
Yeah. I still like the idea that when Marcus was in Tannhauser, he had to keep his hair short, and that like the second he left, he started growing it out because that's just like cute and in character, I think.
I've like currently your sketches of Marcus through the years are my headcanon.
Yeah.
I have another sketch of Adventure Marcus, but I keep meaning to finish that I'm getting distracted by things. Cause I don't know, man. I loved when we got to read just the really brief thing about Marcus from the journal. And I just want to draw Marcus all the time. Marcus is the best. I don't know.
Maybe we'll get more Marcus stuff. Maybe.
I assume we will. We're always going to get more Marcus stuff so long as he doesn't die.
Or horrifying thought, the day that eventually Thrilling Intent ends. Okay. Okay, healthy.
I base it off of a somewhat similar series as RBB, who's been going for 13 years strong. So I mean, I think we've got time.
We can hope, yeah.
I think we've got time. Wait.
Yeah, okay. We got time. Jeez.
Any AUs or theories or headcanons or stuff you guys want to discuss?
Oh, it's a silly tiny AU, more of an it would be a cool situation thing. But I was just reading Gotham Academy the other day, and I really like the idea of like middle school Ash and Marcus and Gregor like going on these adventures while they're all at the sporting school, just like trying to solve mysteries. Not like even Scooby-Doo level. Just like they'll spend like issues and issues on one mystery just trying to find shit out. And there's some weird shit going on with Ash that nobody can freaking figure out. Oh my god, I just realized the main character has white hair and yellow eyes. It's perfect. Shit, and there's a blonde. It's perfect! Go read Gotham Academy. Go read it. I'll even send you a link.
Yeah, nothing comes to mind. I wasn't prepared.
I had
That's
to.
how we all felt going in.
I had to physically stop myself from making an Illidan joke there. Damn it!
Oh, what?
The character in World of Warcraft, he's very famous for the line, "You are not prepared."
Oh my, how would they all, if they all played WoW together, they weren't characters in it, if they played WoW together, how would that go? Would Marcus Leroy Jenkins or would Gregor Leroy Jenkins?
Marcus? It would be less troublesome if Gregor did it because he presumably play a tank. And tanks can usually hold their own at least somewhat.
Or he'd play like a ranger, but he'd play it like a tank.
You can
And
if you play a
die.
Hunters have pets that you can more or less tank with. So I mean, that'd kind of work. Kind of.
But would he really do it that way? I feel like he would just try to make like a hunter character, like in the archetype, not the class. But then he'd still run in like he does in real life, or even more recklessly. And you just have, oh my god, Thog would be the healer. Thog running around, stop dying, damn it! I can only buff you assholes so fast.
I have a really hard time of imagining Marcus not playing a blood elf warlock named Marcus Falafi and then just like imp swarm all the time, because that is an actual spell. Indian just keeps ganking Ash because they play on a PvP server. So they will just have like actual damn duels. Like,
what would Ash be?
Probably a shaman. Because she'd definitely play a hybrid class, because then she can heal and DPS and tank and.
Well, I mean, I'm not necessarily thinking that they play the equivalent of what they are.
I know, but I mean,
in Thrilling Intent.
I think she'd want to play a character who is at least somewhat self-dependent. And
that's true.
A hybrid class is very good for that. I'm not sure
what if she played a rogue? Imagine Ash playing a rogue, backstabbing all over the goddamn place. That or something that focuses on sniping. Maybe she would be a hunter, like the actual class.
She could play a feral druid, because feral druids can stealth, and they also have like moderate healing and tanking abilities.
Then yeah, that would oh god, I got caught up in a WoW conversation. I'm ashamed.
And
that was the most viciously victorious ha I think I've ever heard. Oh my god, Elfie.
You know who hates on me for playing WoW, and now you literally just had a discussion with me about it.
It's not my fault your taste in games is horrible.
What taste in games? I play like 4.
Yes, and one of them is horrible, so 25% of your taste in games is horrible.
Okay then.
Kier. What does Kier play?
He definitely have engineering as a profession.
But oh my god, imagine him being a mage though, like being a wizard or something.
Oh god.
Him and Marcus together just wizarding the hell up out of things. Inian would be the rogue.
Yeah, Indian would be a rogue. She would gank Ash all of the time.
But imagine them playing like tag with with items that belong to both of them. Like just taking each other's loot every time they kill each other. So it's like, bitch, she killed me last time. Now she's got my fucking sword. I gotta kill her to get my sword back.
You very clearly have no idea how World of Warcraft works.
What? If someone you can't take this?
No, you can't.
Well, that's bullshit.
I want to imagine that like Kier and Marcus would swap, so Marcus would play like a melee character and Kier would play a caster. Like,
or they would just like literally trade their characters. Like, okay, you play Marcus Floppy for a while. I'll play whatever you named your character for a while.
I think Kier would do cool as a warlock. He'd probably like demo a lot because you could turn into a freaking demon. It's so cool.
Oh my god. The two of them just like warlocking together and like they're just playing it as straight up DPS and everybody else is trying to keep them alive as they rush in.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I still love Thog the healer. You can picture it so easily.
I keep switching between whether they play Alliance or Horde. What kind of healer would he be? I want to imagine Thog as a paladin really badly.
Oh, I think that like he would get real world hives from trying.
Well, I just like it because no, he'd play a Death Knight. No, wait, Death Knight's not healers, but he would definitely play a Death Knight as at least an alt.
I feel like if he played a paladin, it would be one of those things where it was the character Marcus made up for him,
Yeah.
and Marcus just wanted to fuck with him so badly, so it's just like, okay. It's like, oh, Thog, check out this game. I already made your character. And then Thog's just like, what?
Oh no, his alt Death Knight would be crazy high level. He just like didn't use it for a long time because he wanted to keep hidden that he used to be really into the game, so he leveled it a bunch.
It's his old high
it's
school
perfect
character.
And you know it.
And he goes and he forgets this and goes running around on some like really hard to get mountain, and we're just like, where did you get that? And he's like, lucky drop. Like, no, I totally didn't grind 2 months for this. What are you talking about?
What all are the healing classes? You said druid?
Shaman, paladin, druid, priest. I should have made a list. Monk.
Thog as a priest or a monk?
I think priest would fit him. He'd play like a shadow priest. No, shadow is more DPS.
I mean, monk is like something he's close to actual in canon.
Yeah.
Can they heal others or just themselves?
They can heal others.
Then he would probably be a monk. He like just runs up and punches shit, and then and like when he's not doing that, he's trying to run around and like using his improved movement speed, if they have that in WoW too, to like just try and get to them before they die. Oh my god, stop. No, please. Oh, Marcus, don't run. Jesus Christ, Marcus, Kier, if you go in opposite directions, I can't take care of both of you.
Monks also have the 3 specs are Mistweaver, which is healing, Windwalker, which is DPS, and Brewmaster, which is tanking. Because they come from Pandaria, so they're all about alcohol.
Yeah, he'd be a monk.
I love that we started this discussion. This was a great discussion.
Ash would have an alt monk, so occasionally it'd be monk buddies.
Yes!
And it's just like they're the opposite of Kier and Marcus. Instead of like they'll come up with a plan and then they'll go in and the plan goes wrong, but they always manage to pull it off anyway. They're just like this brutal, efficient team.
Yeah.
And then you have Marcus and Kier. No, use that spell next. It'll look really cool next to this one. As they like synchronize their casting for maximum flashiness.
Marcus and Kier spend so much time running old dungeons for transmog sets. Just like, no, I think this robe would look better on you. No, try this hat. be so cute.
I feel like any MMO, Marcus or Cure play, they just spend so much time in character creation.
Mm.
I spent like 20 minutes or more on it when I was just creating a Saints Row account earlier, so I can't talk.
I think Gregor would be boring and just play like a human warrior or something.
Oh, he would definitely play a human. I'm not sure about the warrior.
Or he paladin. Paladin would be interesting to see. I think I'd suit him.
What's the least magic one?
Warrior or rogue? So yeah, warrior or rogue. And I guess
he would be a warrior. I can't. He doesn't have the right mindset to play a rogue.
yeah. I think him playing a paladin would be neat though. Just charging headfirst and stuff, throwing his shield around. Cool, shiny horse.
Throwing his shield around. I just think of Captain America Gregor.
It's called. I think it's called Avenging Shield. Is what the move is.
Oh my god, that's
I
no.
don't remember, but there's something similar. It's basically that. Yeah, you throw your shield and it hits like 5 enemies and then returns to you.
So, have we covered everything?
I think so.
I'm going to assume so.
Unless you want to keep talking about the World of Warcraft AU for like another 20 minutes.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Sigh. Then I think that's it. Yeah. Are you guys done? Are we done for the day? What do you guys think will happen next episode?
I think Marcus is gonna take the deal. I'm not sure if we'll see it next episode. I think he's gonna take the deal though, and he's gonna come back like 3 levels up.
Yeah.
I think Ash and Inian are both gonna end up seriously fucked up, whoever wins. Hopefully Marcus comes in his new souped up self and just breaks up the fight. And I want to see Ash react when she's like, "What do you mean?" Like, imagine if he gets bare horns or something. It's just, what did you do to yourself? What did you do in general? Like, not even angry though. Like, actually worried. What did you do to yourself? What's going on? And when he explains, what do you mean you're going to eat people? Well, no, that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm not necessarily going to Marcus. You're going to eat people. Why? Like, Ash having a breakdown.
5 minutes.
Oh my god, I wasn't even actually off the island yet, guys. Jesus Christ. She finds Thodge to yell at him, "It was your turn to watch them!"
I'm just going to say brutal smackdown between Ash and Inian, or I'm just really excited because Inian's probably going to do cool stuff, and I love Inian. And then, I think most of us have decided that Marcus will take the third option, although the first one seems slightly less, but still likely. Second option is almost, like, non-possible.
It won't be second option.
Yeah, it won't.
Yeah.
And then there'll presumably finally be a freaking war. Finally.
It's a war!
Yeah.
Also, I'm rooting for the ban.
I think most of us are, in at least some regard.
Well, dude, Gregor, just give them the fucking flower and leave.
Anyway, what did you think, Kappa?
First of all, going back to the first option, it seems like, on further thought, it's not like he just does, by doing nothing, it means you don't do anything. Like, you don't fight, you don't use your magic, you just live your life sans magic. Because if he continues to use his magic, then he'll expose himself and he'll grow stronger. And then he'll be captured and die quicker. But those are just my thoughts on it. As to what I think is going to happen in the next episode, hopefully the start of the war. My bets are on Marcus coming in at the war, but that idea of him breaking up the fight between Ash and Inian is also smart. Also, the possibility of the war procession going through their fight, and Gregor and Kier and Zelveta breaking up the fight that way, with them saying, "Let's not." Gregor goes, "Let's not fight a month. Let's fight the ban," and then Ash, like, no.
Ash being like, wait, what do you mean fight the ban? You're going to war with the ban? What the fuck, Gregor? What did you do?
We
I
already
leave you
kind
alone with five.
Oh man, Ash is gonna lose her shit when she finds out he took the flower. Or that,
Well,
like, he
she
did the
already kind of knows because they said they're going to war over a small hamlet called Yocho, and then she's just like, of course they are.
That's different than actually flat out hearing that, yeah, he was gonna go against the group's wishes.
Yeah, and it kind of undo basically all of the work she's tried to do for herself by separating from them. So I hope that doesn't happen.
I kind of think it's gonna force things. I'm not sure the team can hold up. I think that either Faust or Jackson might end up in need of a new character. Which is a shame. I like them both. I want to see them both grow, but I'm not sure they're going to keep together. Not without some serious plot reasoning.
Oh, and then there will not be a podcast for the next 2 weeks as I'm going away to camp and will not have time to record or edit or anything. So I'll get to see Calvin in the time when I'm gone. There won't be any podcast.
He doesn't love you enough, guys. That's the truth. There, you're welcome.
So we'll probably have like a super extra long podcast when I get back or something, because covering stuff we've missed. I don't know. We'll see. If you'd like to listen to more episodes of the podcast, you can find us at spiritfolksaturdays.tumblr.com. If you want to join the TI Skype chat, feel free to shoot us an ask with your Skype name. We'd be happy to have you. Thanks for listening. We'll see everybody in like 3 weeks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.